Good morning. This is our Monday routine weekly briefing for Central North Carolina. This will cover the period between September 11th, which is today, through September 17th. So the rainfall since Labor Day, September 4th through Monday, September 11th this morning, we had a good amount of rainfall. As you can see, a nice little bullseye in Raleigh. We had up to 3.5. Some areas had 4 inches in the last 7 days, as well as areas in across Forsyth, Guilford, and Alamance counties, as well as areas over Jordan Lake and Chatham, and then some areas in Lee County as well, and down in the south in the Sand Hills. So a good amount of rain in the area over the past 7 days. The upcoming weather pattern for the area will have, so currently we have a stationary front that will slowly weaken as it holds over the central and western Carolinas through at least tomorrow. And then that cold front will approach from the west Wednesday, and it'll bring a chance of showers and storms beginning Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening through early Thursday. So that's when we expect that cold front to sweep across the area, bringing the next chance of showers and storms. So then that cold front will exit the region by Thursday morning, bringing drier and cooler air for late week into the weekend. So we're expecting temperatures to be more seasonable, with highs in the upper 70s to low 80s Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday, with weekend lows, and get this, in the 50s, with some areas getting down into the 40s in the north. So I'm excited about that. Some severe threat potential for the next few days. No severe thunderstorm threats through the weekend, but as you can see, we do have general thunderstorms highlighted across our area for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday as that cold front moves, and that stationary front and cold front moves across the area. WPC's excessive rainfall outlook, no flash flood threats through the weekend. So accumulated precipitation forecast through the next 5 days. As you can see today, more along the eastern coastal plain, along eastern South North Carolina. Probably, we'll have some sea breeze storms moving into the area, so we do have a slight chance along the south and east portion of our CWA. And then, as I said, that cold front will move across the region Tuesday and into Wednesday, and that will bring us some precipitation rates, up to half an inch in areas. And then Thursday and Friday will be dry. So hurricane season, as you know, today is September 11th. The peak of hurricane season is September 10th. So we are just past the peak of hurricane season. Although we should not let our guard down yet. As you can see, there are many peaks into October, and even, as we get into late September, early October. So for now, we have Lee and Margot, and we'll get to them in a minute. But for right now, tropics continue to be active. We have this tropical wave located way out here in orange, between Cabo Verde Islands and west coast of Africa. It's producing some disorganized showers and storms, and the Hurricane Center is expected for the storm to develop into the next tropical system, and it could become a tropical depression by the weekend while it moves westward into the northwest. And the formation through the next 48 hours is 0%, but over the next 70 days, then National Hurricane Center does expect something to happen. They have a 60% chance of formation. So going to Hurricane Lee, we are watching it closely, as Lee is expected to take a turn to the north by midweek and continue to chug north as a hurricane. It is currently still a major hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 120 miles per hour, and the movement is still northwest at 8 miles an hour. So it's slowing down compared to what it was the past few days. So although impacts for central North Carolina are expected to be limited at this time, we're still going to watch it closely. The U.S. coast is expected to see dangerous rip currents and high surf beginning, today and through the late week. So definitely watch out for those rip currents if you head to the beach, which I would not suggest. But Tropical Storm Margot is expected to become a hurricane tomorrow, but will have no impacts to the United States. As you can see, it's very far out east into the Atlantic, and it's not expected to move west. It's supposed to continue north as a hurricane. Right now, its maximum sustained winds are only 70 miles per hour, so it's expected to become a hurricane and continue to be nothing in its path. So as I said, well, the coast is the U.S. coast is expected to have some coastal hazards, so definitely an increased risk this week as Hurricane Lee moved over the Atlantic and forecast to continue to move north. So long periods of swell from Lee will lead to increased risk of coastal hazards through the upcoming week through early weekend. And rip currents, make sure you guys know your options, how to get out of rip current, how to spot a rip current, and so on. So like I said, the timing for dangerous rip currents are going to be all this week into the early weekend, peaking Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And I can't say this enough, there's going to be beach erosion, large breaking waves, high surf, and some coastal flooding could be possible. And some just additional information, we lost more lives in 2019 from Hurricane Lorenzo, a storm 2,000 miles away, than Hurricane Dorian. So rip currents, so hurricanes are a threat even when they're very far away from land. And just a little map reminder of hometowns of NC and South Carolina rip current fatalities. As you can see, the big dark red dots are 3 fatalities within that circle. The 2 bright red dots are 2 fatalities within that circle. And then the 1 dot is just 1 fatality, and these are the hometowns. So there's a lot in central North Carolina that went to the beach, and unfortunately rip currents took them and they rip current fatality. So make sure if you go to the beach and you're from inland that you know your rip current safety. So back to the climatological outlook, we have 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. Looks like that central North Carolina, or at least the western portion of North Carolina, will be about average, and the eastern portion will be 33 to 40%, 50% if you want to say that, above normal. And then for the 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook, we're going to be about normal. So normal temperatures between September 18th and the 24th are in Greensboro. Our highs are going to be around 78 with lows in the 60s. And in Raleigh, we're expecting, the normals are high 81, lows 61. And then in Fayetteville, the normals for September 18th through the 24th is highs in the around 83 with lows 63. So I know I went over a lot, but just to wrap things up, remember we have that stationary front that will weaken as it holds over the area today and Tuesday. Then a cold front will approach from the west and bring in a slight chance of showers and storms beginning Tuesday afternoon, and it will sweep out of the area late Wednesday night, early Thursday. And we'll have temperatures more seasonal with highs in the upper 70s, the low 80s, late week into the weekend, but we'll have some lows in the 50s and isolated 40s in the northern counties. And then just to reiterate the hazards, Hurricane Lee is offshore, but it's expected to cause dangerous rip currents and high surf along the U.S. coast beginning now through late week. You guys have a great day, and thanks for joining us.